All of us freshmen got ready before we were going to head over to the selection show. And when we got there, I think it all kind of really kicked in and became real when the show started. Never in a million years did I think that I would be playing for a college team that would be playing in NCAA regionals.
I just remember during the selection show just zoning into the first syllable of Stanford and just waiting for that to be said at some point. Like, until it's said, until it's there, it's not real.
I had spent majority of that day with Molly, and we were both sitting there doing work, being, completely productive. About an hour before, we're both just sitting at our computers staring at them because we realized we cannot focus. We were so excited to get there. And I think that's because we knew that we had set ourselves up to make postseason this year.
Heading to Gainesville on Friday, it's the Broncos of Boise State, and they will open up with the Stanford.
I think that we were confident going into it, but it was definitely something that we had never felt before, so we weren't completely sure by any means, and we were just excited to get there and watch.
I think the moment it really became real is when we saw our name on that screen. And all of us, from freshman to senior, have had this kind of childhood dream of making postseason, making a run for the World Series. And I think that, seeing our name on that TV screen was just such a surreal moment. It was so exciting. I just remember, after the selection show, we were all so excited. Nothing really could have beat that moment. It was all the hard work that we had put in the fall and in the winter and all season long had kind of just paid off in that one moment that we saw our name.
Florida, baby, here we come.
I remember turning to Molly next to me and just being so excited that the seniors finally got to experience this and they've earned this, and it felt so validating for all of their hard work this year. In the past 4 years, to just be able to solidify it and having your name set on Selection Sunday. There's a lot of, I think, power in that, and it was really great for the freshmen to think this is normal, which it should be, and it is. We've worked very hard to be here, but also for those seniors to realize this dream.
Good morning. It's about the team.
Are those two cases back there for us?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Got it. Yeah. Thanks, Bob.
We're waiting to check our luggage and we're going to Orlando. It's really early, we did not get much sleep, but everyone's super excited. I don't think anything's gonna stop us.
Welcome to Orlando. The local time is 3:40.
I just can't wait to showcase Stanford Softball. I think we haven't been able to do this in such a long time. To have the team that we have, it's going to be an awesome experience.
I just keep thinking about how the seniors, I'm very lucky because this is my first year and I get to experience this, but they haven't experienced this in 4 years, so to be able to witness them experiencing it at the same time and it's really special, and I hope that they really enjoy it. Woo-hoo! We're in Gainesville!
We had a very quick turnaround going to Gainesville. We had a long trip to take, so we only had about 2 practices to really prepare. But I thought we did a good job. We stayed in work mode. We were just excited to go.
I bring the guns out to Florida.
The future isn't written, and we can't make ourselves any better in a couple of days. Now it's just playing with what we've got and how much heart we have. I just don't really know what a postseason regional feels like, and I'm excited to get on the field and feel the Florida fans and feel our fans. I know we have a lot of parents coming, and I think it'll be great to just have the excitement that's different than regular season.
All right, good practice. We're going to go home, we're going to shower, we're going to go eat. Good job.
Stanford on 3, 1, 2, 3, Stanford!
We had a great practice, so can't complain. It's game day tomorrow.
These are 160-calorie pretzels as opposed to the 100-calorie pretzels we get out in California.
Gaines in Gainesville, baby.
Gaines in Gainesville.
Sunshine, blue skies, and summer warmth in Gainesville. The 5th-seeded University of Florida hosting the Gainesville Regional, and in Game 1, Boise State from the Mountain West set to take on Stanford from the Pac-12. It is a sunblock day here in Florida as we welcome you to the NCAA Women's Softball Regionals. 4 teams here, of course, in Gainesville in the regional round. Florida and Boston University will be Game 2 of our opening day doubleheader here at KDC Scholl Presley Stadium. Stanford and Boise State get us going.
Stanford on 3, 1, 2, 3, Stanford!
Good hitters count. She takes advantage and sends one deep to left and out of here. 1-0 Broncos. She's bunting. It's a good one right in front of the plate, and everyone is safe. So a spark off the bench for Stanford. 2 down. Ground ball to the shortstop. Defense getting a job done for Boise State up 5-0. Ashlyn Adams swings at the first pitch. A little bloop behind shortstop, and a good defensive play by Emily Young going back, and they're going to get a double play. Line drive to left field, a base hit. Being sent around and scoring Stanford's first run is Gindelsberger to make it 9-1. Swing and a miss, and that will do it. They start things off in style with a 9-1 win over the Stanford Cardinal.
I think that one of the biggest takeaways from the first game was that I don't think the score necessarily reflected, the game itself. I think that our batters squared up some balls really well. In fact, I think they squared up a lot of balls. And that's something to draw confidence from, because even though they didn't land, we were putting good swings on good pitches. From a defensive standpoint, these are plays that we've made all season. And we made a lot of really good plays. And yeah, there were a couple of hiccups, and it's always very important is, mistakes are going to happen. People are going to get hits. People are going to, make mistakes, but doing everything that you can to try and limit that.
We are back in Gainesville, the continuing coverage of the Gainesville Regional. It's an elimination game. The Stanford Cardinal set to take on the Boston University Terriers. First and second, 2 down for Montana Dixon. Line drive to center field, moving back is Harita. It's over her head and off the wall. 1 run is in, the second runner being waved around. Here comes the throw. It's not in time, and Stanford has tied it. A 2-out double for Montana Dixon. And now a bunt attempt. Dubois throws it into right field. Here comes the runner to give Stanford the lead, 3-2. Whitney Burke singled her first time. Sent the fly ball deep to left field, heading back, and gone! A 3-run shot for senior Whitney Burks. The Terriers had taken a 2-0 lead, but Stanford has come back with 6 runs, all scored with 2 outs. Sent out to the gap in right center field. It will get down and get all the way to the wall. Extra bases for Schultz. It will clear the bases. The 0-2. Grounded to third. Inouye to first, and that will do it. The Stanford Cardinal pick up a run rule win by a final score of 13-2, so they stay alive here in the Gainesville Regional.
We talked about before we played Boston, really just taking care of the little things. And so I think we went into that last day of playing knowing that we didn't want this to be the last game that we played with our seniors. And so, we just went into it and had fun and played loose. We knew if we stayed loose that we were prepared and that we could beat Boston.
We are back in Gainesville, ready for our 3rd game of the day here in the Gainesville Regional. A spot in the regional final on the line in this elimination game between the Stanford Cardinal and the Boise State Broncos. Swing and a miss, and Millar strikes out Morgan Lamb. Impressive start for the freshman. Solid liner to right field, gets by the right fielder. Adams has to chase it down, and Cowles is around second, heading to third. She's being waved around. Here comes the throw. It is in time, and holding on to it is Hutchinson. And Cowles is cut down. Up the middle, base hit. Here comes the runner. The throw is high. The slide is safe. Great job by Johnson to get in there for the game's first run. The 3-1 pitch. Ground ball to third, onto first, and Boise State advances to the regional final.
She mentioned beforehand that we hadn't experienced a lot of these emotions before playing in elimination games. So it was important to stick together as a team during that moment. And I think that's what we all did, was just look to each other and enjoyed each other's big moments during those games.
I hope that when people look back, they think of this as the foundation in the beginning. You know, I hope it's a turning point in the Stanford Softball program.
A lot of it was, just building confidence and knowing that, this team has made so much progress, and that the progress that we were making is really something special.